Ladies and gentlemen, 15 minutes please.
I talked to a bit of a thing about this is a new game that's I love your picture in here. It's great. Are you coming to see my show downstairs?
Ladies and gentlemen, 10 minutes. 10 minutes please.
Any nibblies? Have a great opening of your calendar.
Don't smoke. Who? Yeah, she's very funny.
Girls. Do we want the real story or the fake story? Before last year, I think 4th Mardi Gras, they did march at Mardi Gras and in fact won Best Interstate Team, and I think that's a fantastic achievement for their first time. This is the first calendar for the Marching Girls. It is a fundraising initiative, and these shots are by the fabulous photographer Vicki Jones. It's also included in the new Q exhibition, and she works as a freelance photographer, but this is her first project as a photographer and a publisher.
The Girls project is one in which we, together with our special guests, unashamedly and with a lot of good humour, offer ourselves as pin-up girls for the GLBT community, or in fact anyone who wishes to admire us. We are pleased to be donating the proceeds of the calendar to a vital community service, the Gay and Lesbian Switchboard. We value being inclusive and being involved. We're committed to fostering lesbian, bisexual and transgender pride. This year we hope to have women from the deaf, gay and lesbian community march with us in Sydney, thanks to the fabulous support of Sally Goldner here, the Honourable Rob Holt MP, who is doing some very important work at the moment that will have a huge impact on our community. I'm sure he's going to say a bit about that. I'd like to present him with the Melbourne Marching Girl pin that I hope he'll wear in Parliament. Rob, on behalf of the Melbourne Marching Girls, thanks for being here to launch our calendar and being here to open the exhibition. And you've got the great job of giving a chief to Michelle from the switchboard. So after you've spoken to Michelle, wander up to gladly collect that, no doubt. So can everyone please welcome the Honourable Rob Holt.
Thanks very much, Vicki. It certainly is a pleasure to be here, and at the outset I do want to congratulate the Melbourne Marching Girls and Vicki Jones for initiating the Gay, Lesbian, Bisexual and Transgender calendar. And I don't know if everyone here's had the opportunity to actually have a look at the calendar itself, but I have my own autographed copy, which I received earlier in the week, and I thank you very much for that, Vicki. Calendar Girls 2001, the exhibition of photographs, I think properly celebrate the diversity of our community, and does so, as Vicki said, with both humour and pride. The calendar, I think, plays a very important role in raising the profile of gay, lesbian, bisexual and transgender members of our community, which in turn will lead to a far greater understanding and acceptance amongst the wider community. As Vicki indicated, proceeds raised from the sale of the calendar put back into the gay, lesbian, bisexual and transgender community, providing much needed financial support. The calendar, I think, does set a benchmark in style and sophistication, and is a credit both to the creative team behind it and, of course, to the photographic subjects themselves. As I said, I'm very honoured to have a signed calendar, signed by all the models, some, I have to say, of whom have worked very closely with the government in its reforms to equal opportunity legislation in this state. I understand that the photographs from the calendar have featured on the front pages of Brother Sister, the Melbourne Star Observer, the Sydney Star Observer, deservedly creating a great deal of interest and no doubt competition between both cities. I'm personally very pleased to have been asked to launch this calendar tonight, as I do have a very strong commitment to ensuring the reduction of discrimination against gay, lesbian, bisexual and transgender Victorians. The year 2000 saw the introduction and passage by the Bracks government of legislation to prohibit discrimination against people because of their sexual orientation or because they are transgender. This legislation will play a pivotal role in ensuring equality of access to jobs, housing, services and facilities, and on the same basis as members of the broader community. We also introduced just before Christmas, many of you will be aware, legislation to establish rights for same-sex couples and to end discrimination that exists in over 40 pieces of legislation in this state. These rights will include the recognition of same-sex partnerships in the areas of health, property distribution, pensions and benefits and state superannuation, and might I say, not before time. The government is committed, absolutely committed, to equality of access, to reducing discrimination and to promoting a safe, diverse and tolerant community. This calendar and this exhibition perform the same role and should be warmly supported. I'd like to acknowledge the Melbourne Marching Girls for their commitment to fostering lesbian, bisexual and transgender pride, and thank them for the support they give to the local community. It's now my pleasure to formally launch the calendar and to declare this exciting exhibition open. Thank you. Yes.
Dante for putting this event on. Gay and Lesbian Switchboard receives extremely limited funding, so we urge you to purchase the calendar and help keep us on the phones. Thank you very much.
Okay, now we get to meet the models that are part of this calendar as we flick through. Are you all excited about that? Yes. A little bit excited. The thing is, we might actually learn a little bit about that every picture has 1,000 stories or something like that. I read that somewhere. Anyway, the bottom line is all of these pictures have a little bit of a story behind them as well. Please make welcome Ms. January. First up, her name is Shayna. She's a glamour puss. Very beautiful. Night Shayna wears strawberry lovely. Lavender. Fleeing like Rebecca. Carries a funeral lily. Very fabulous. And what you don't know about the Shayna's photograph is this, but the cloth is actually attached to Shayna's behind in that shot, just so we can get the right draped effect. Give her a big round of applause, Shayna. Lovely. Let's keep moving. We've got February. Almost needs no introduction. Her name is Sally Goldner. Cracking the whip for transgender rights. In Melbourne. Also an employee of Joy Melbourne. Never forget you're a lady there, Sally. Fabulous. Her theme in Sally's shot is a Western theme. And what that shot doesn't tell you is what the pieces of straw were actually doing underneath you in that shot. Fabulous. Give her a round of applause, Sally. Miss February. Her name is Leanne. She's a cat woman, decked out in silver. Wearing her latest season's nightwear. I think she's going to do an act for us. Yeah. And don't be afraid to offer this cat woman a saucer of milk. She's looking for a very special pussy in her life. And I mean that in a very nice way, so clean up your minds. Thank you. Her name is Latisse Delash. Oh God, who died? She's Miss April. I guess something other Marching here down in red. She looks like a hemorrhage. Fully reversed. Where are you on the wall? The piece is over here on the wall. Performing a stunt, a great art showed her. The amazing skill of standing on one leg while simultaneously reciting the alphabet backwards, silently in your mind. I think she does that very well, don't you, Latisse? Moving right along. Oh, he can't be here tonight. Everyone say, But I think you'll agree Mark Hardon really is the star of this exhibit. This is the colour photograph. Coming to a venue near you, has won the hearts of many a gal right across Melbourne. And that shot, actually that shot is modelled on a pose by the original Mark Holden. Can you imagine? Did we see his bum in the original though? I don't think so. It was horribly hairy. Let's keep moving. We've got Miss June. Her name is Ainsley. That'd be a way to show your appreciation. Happy Rose Nicholas. The heart of many a young girl in Melbourne beats fast with their Ainsley on the catwalk. Ms. July Robert, proving that you can wear feathers, be blonde, intelligent, sexy and sassy, all at the same time. And what you don't know about Robin's photograph is she used half a canister of talcum powder to get into that little number there. Way to do it. She's the girl next door. I think you'll agree her name is Carolyn. She's Ms. August. Real surveys against carpet glamorous. Dazzled. And you're over here, and I mean, would you want this is a colour shot over here. Do you agree that I think that shot has put a great deal of weight on this lovely model. Much thinner in the flesh. Very good. You can take it home to meet your mother. Great candidate for the modern IVF program, don't you think? To any gay boys in the audience who do want to donate any sperm, we have a little container in the bar and donations most accepted. I never lose an opportunity. Ms. September Mazak, come on down, cheer her along. She's an athlete. Her thighs are bigger than my waist. Launching again, soon to come, to a stadium near you. It's called Mirrorball. Fabulous game, requires a great deal of skill. Don't drop the ball, 55 years bad luck. Yeah, lovely. You want to say that? No. We're up to October. Keep it going. Her name is Mademoiselle Coco. Her brother Andrew is the president of the Australian Gay and Lesbian Association. Coco is perhaps the only mining drag queen in Melbourne. Looking gorgeous. And she comes with a couple of slaves like any queen of the day. And what you don't know about Coco's shot is in the photograph, where is it? Oh, it's over in the corner here. One of the slaves is actually Sally Goldner, who's interpreting for you tonight. Just keep moving. I'll tell you what, they're raunchy, they're out there, they're called the Bachelor Boys. Make them welcome Ms. November. If I were otherwise, I'd say, handing out cigars full of entertainment. Filming the calendar in a convertible. You don't get in, you don't know where that journey's going to take you. Are they December.